You ever buy a house because you want peace and quiet, no strings attached, and then wake up one day to find out the string is actually a rope somebody's trying to lasso around your whole life? That's pretty much how my first month went after I moved in, and I gotta warn you, this is not just another HOA horror story. No, this one's about what happens when people who want to be in charge decide they'll just invent an HOA out of thin air and expect you to play along. So picture this. I'm standing in my new foyer, sweat running down my back arms, full of coffee mugs and a 20-pound bag of dog food, when this woman wedges her flat right in my door like she's staking a claim. She's got that smile. You know, the one that says, "I've been practicing this in the mirror for years and I still don't quite believe it." She leans in and says, "Welcome to the neighborhood real sweet," while peering over my shoulder like she's searching for state secrets on my couch. Now, I'm not in the mood, boxes everywhere, dog whining at my feet. All I want is a glass of water and a moment to breathe. "Thanks," I manage, nudging the door with my knee. But her foot's still there and the rubber on her shoe squeaks just enough to drive me crazy. "I'm Lisa," she chirps, "president of our Property Owners Association. We need to get you signed up right away so we can issue your gate decal and trash bin." I almost laugh. There's no gate here, just a straight shot from the main road to a cul-de-sac with a half-dead retention pond and city trash trucks rolling through every Monday. No decals needed. Appreciate the enthusiasm, I say, but I bought this place because it's not under an association. Check the covenants, check the county, even made the title company triple check it. Nothing recorded, no strings, no surprises. Her smile cracks just a little. "We're a POA," she says, like that's a magic word. "Voluntary membership with mandatory participation." She waves her clipboard like I'm supposed to be dazzled by the paperwork inside. "Voluntary with mandatory participation." I repeat just to see if she hears herself. That's a sentence. Her eyes narrow. "Everyone is required to comply." "You said voluntary." "It's voluntary to join, but once you live here, you're part of the community, so compliance is mandatory." That's when a crow calls out from the tree, like even nature's tired of this. I set down the dog food. "What's your recorded declaration number?" She blinks. "The number at the county that says you have any authority here. If you're not on the land records, you're just a club." She blanches. "I don't have that number on me, but feel free to drop it in my mailbox," I say, and nudge the door until she moves her foot. Door clicks. Peace. My dog, Raisin Old Greyhound, more judgmental than any HOA president, just looks at me like, "Really?" "Welcome home, Raisin. Here we go." Now, here's the thing about buying a house. Not in an association, folks will try to build one around you, brick by invisible brick, if they think your grass is an inch too long. I'm not some revolutionary. I like tidy grass, quiet mornings, and a mailbox full of nothing but pizza menus. The listing screamed, "No HOA," like it was free ice cream. That matters here. In this state, an association needs real, recorded covenants to exist. I checked 3 times before I bought, but by day 3, there's a welcome packet taped to my door, like a parking ticket font so cheerful it feels sarcastic. Inside 10 pages of rules, no letterhead, and a Venmo QR code for dues. Dues are voluntary, but also past due if not received by the 5th. Trash cans. Hidden mailboxes, approved lawns cut every 7 days. Christmas lights must be white, fines up to $150 a day. It reads like someone's personal grudge list. I slide the packet under my toaster, flattening the curl, and send a polite email. "Hey, what's your authority here?" The email bounces. Mailbox not found. So I go old school certified letter return receipt. All nice and official, asking for that recordation number. If none exists, don't contact me again. Green card comes back signed by someone named Trin, handwriting like a roller coaster. Then quiet. For a minute, I meet real neighbors. Elma, the retired librarian, Diego, the landscaper, Cam, the nurse. They wave, lend me a ladder, bring over a lemon loaf. Kid on a BMX tells me which storm drains eat tennis balls. For a week, it feels like the kind of neighborhood where people mind their business, where rules are just common sense. Then final notice brochure in my mailbox. You have not paid dues. This is unfair to your neighbors. Fines begin Friday. Okay, I print out my deed and the statute, no HOA, no recorded anything. I put it in a blue folder alongside all the evidence just in case. Then a $150 fine taped to my garage. Trash receptacle visible from street. My bin's behind a shrub, but sure, whatever. I take photos from every possible angle, print them, tuck them in the folder. Next day, there's a gray SUV idling at 6:30 a.m. A woman in a neon vest snapping photos of my driveway. I move my mailbox 6 inches back onto my property. Boundaries are boundaries, right? That afternoon, Lisa shows up again, this time with compliance guy and teal polo backup, I guess. You received a fine, Lisa says. I received a letter that uses the word fine, I say. Teal polo tells me I have to pay the fine and dues. I hold up the blue folder. There's no recorded declaration binding this property. Did you find that number? Compliance guy stammers. Documents are being revised, mistakes by the old board, but there's community standards. I say you can prefer my trash bin be invisible. I can prefer coffee over tea. Neither is enforceable. And I don't owe dues to a club I didn't join. We're not a club, Lisa snaps. That's not how this works. Tell your legal team to email me the instrument number. Thanks. 2 nights later, I'm unpacking mixing bowls because you know you never need those until you really do, and I hear slow clapping from my driveway. Older man in a knit cap face carved out of suspicion says, "Heard you're the new holdout." Turns out he's Orrin, runs the architectural committee. We tried to bring this block under the association 10 years ago. Old-timers said no. New energy now. Recording a declaration is better than energy, I say. He shrugs, eyes my porch light, starts talking about the last owner's pergola intimidation dressed up as standards. Everything's a contract, he says. You live here, that's a contract. It isn't, I say, and Raisin headbutts the screen door. I tell him, don't come on my driveway again. Door closes. Deadbolt on. Wish I could skip the next part where small stupid things pile up and make you crazy. Elma gets a violation for her little free library there 3 years now, cluttering the streetscape. She cries on her porch swing. Cam the nurse gets dinged for leaving the porch light off during the day. Diego gets a letter about his work truck in his own driveway. The new board's flexing and folks start paying just to avoid the headache. Then a demand letter in my mailbox, 515, due final notice lien will be recorded. Next, a text photo of my front door, pay your fair share. Nobody outside, just wind chimes and squirrels. I call the police. When does a fake lien become a crime? Dispatcher is calm. Call if anyone trespasses. I check the public record. Nothing. I email my title insurer. No restrictive covenants. Any lien recorded without authority is invalid. I print that for the folder too. And then 4:40 a.m., banging at my door, not knocking. Banging. Lisa teal polo and Orrin on my porch, flashlight dancing. Open up, community inspection. My hands are shaking. It's 4:40. You're trespassing. Leave now. Emergency, Lisa says. Gas leak report. I smell nothing. Raisin's confused. We have the right to enter in emergencies. Teal polo insists, waving the binder like a warrant. Leave or I call the police. We already did. Orrin says, almost chipper. We told them we were concerned for your safety. I laugh, couldn't help it. You called 911 because I didn't pay your club. We called because of a gas smell. Lisa insists. Red and blue lights arrive, 2 cruisers officers with that tired but steady voice. Sir, what's going on? I explain. 3 people claiming authority with no legal basis. 4:40 a.m. threatening to enter. They move the trio to the sidewalk. Do you smell gas? No. Do you have weapons? Yes, but they're not near me. Officer shrugs. We'll check the house perimeter. They smell nothing, warn the board to leave and not come back. If you call 911 again for this, you'll be charged. The street exhales when they're gone. That morning, I call the real attorney, Mira. She listens, tells me I did the right thing, says she'll draft a demand letter, and if necessary, file for declaratory judgment injunction, even damages for slander of title if they try a lien. Neighbors are on my side, Elma, Diego, Cam, even the family with the swing bench. They'll sign statements. Mira's letter is sharp, short, and devastating. Your threats are baseless. Provide the recorded declaration by Friday or cease all contact. Any lien without legal authority is slander of title. Board emails back no recorded declaration. Yet. But they're updating documents and membership voted to include additional lots. Mira writes back, no instrument number, no authority, stop or face sanctions. The board blasts me on Facebook, calls me a deadbeat, tells neighbors to be vigilant. Someone posts a picture of my trash bin. Comments spiral. He's probably a lawyer. He thinks rules don't apply. He's got a big dog. You know how it goes. Then the bomb drops a notice from the county, a lien recorded against my property. 500 fines for dues and trash bin fine. My stomach sinks. Mira files suit the next morning, void the lien injunction damages restraining order. She attaches the video of the 4:40 a.m. incident affidavits from neighbors and state statutes. Court issues a temporary order. Association can't contact me, step on my property, or enforce anything until the hearing. Mailbox gets twisted. Orrin posts online about mailbox thieves. I install a steel post inside mine. Quiet days, anxious nights. Hearing day comes. Judge has a reputation for zero tolerance for nonsense. Mira lays out the case, no covenants, fake lien, pre-dawn harassment damages. Board lawyer says misunderstanding, good faith, updated covenants coming. Judge cuts him off. Is there a recorded declaration? Not yet, counsel admits. Then you lack authority. Judge voids the lien grants injunction, demands all communications, sets hearing for damages. Board files a release, but too late. Mira moves for sanctions, demands apology, even pushes for penalties under consumer protection laws. Orrin gets arrested for misuse of 911. The video caught him creeping by my gas meter. Lessa gets a protection order, is barred from contact. The judge isn't having any more nonsense sanctions. $7,500 fine, apology posted publicly, contempt warning if they try again. So yeah, I bought a house. Not under an association, and I kept it that way with neighbors who stood up, an attorney who didn't flinch, and a judge who was frankly allergic to nonsense. And here's what I want to know. Where do you draw the line between community and control? When is enough enough? Drop your thoughts below. Let me know if you've dealt with anything like this. And don't forget, sometimes the law really does have your back, but you got to stand up for it. Thanks for listening. See you next time.